Hello, everybody in the live world. How's everybody doing today on a Tuesday night here in the USA? A little quick Quest 30 pre show for the last drilling down with Rick and Marty going over the best finds and best moments of all seasons, just not season 8 tonight. Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody on the Facebook Quest members site. Hello, everybody on the Quest YouTube channel. I thank you so much for joining me tonight. I don't have much to go on, so we'll just have the phone number come up after I do my intros, and I welcome everybody. Of course, I have to do my shout outs to my YouTube paid soldiers, captains, commanders, and our Templar Grandmaster, who are Michelle and Mike, Tammy and Annette, the other Annette, Jazz, Dia, Wayne, Starlene, and Renee. Also, a big thank you to Judy, Barbara, Daniel, and Mike for their extra support on a daily basis. Hello, Carol and Starlene, and we are watchers, and Josh and the carddeal.com, and Diane. What's going on? What's happening out there? Beautiful day here in the eastern part of the USA. Beautiful. The pollen's high. The headaches are hard. The sinuses are flowing. Welcome to summer. We also got to wish Laird a birthday today. Happy birthday, Laird. We love you, guy. Don't forget, you guys, if you got some kind of photos, pictures, or hobbies you got that Oak Island inspired you, please send it to the Facebook Quest page. We'll get it up on there. Renee will get it and show everybody. A lot of you guys got good ideas. Some new ones are coming up. And if you got an idea, just post it up. No problem. I want to thank my moderators, Tammy, Judy, Renee, Michelle, Daniel, and Starlene for their help. We had a great year. Hello, Professor Spino. Thanks for coming in. The last drilling down for the season tonight. So, The Curse of Oak Island, Season 8, has been officially completed for this season. I've heard nothing about Season 9 yet. When I do, I'll relay that to you guys. Don't forget, the people have been telling me, hey, John, I didn't know about that search bar in your group on the Quest of Oak Island. Just print in anything there, type in anything there, and all types of subjects will come up from August of 2016. And hopefully it will answer any of your questions. If not, my group is very good on getting answers for you. Hello, Face of America on the YouTube side. Next Saturday at 7 o'clock. It's already a month went by already. Oh my God, time is flying. Time waits for no man. We'll go over our Facebook statistics on the Quest of Oak Island. And also, someone who was the most active in my Quest Facebook group will receive worldwide a Quest of Oak Island membership mug for being the most active for the past, 28 days or so. Facebook gives me all that information next Saturday. And also, I was thinking if we do trivia, we'll do a little bit of Oak Island, and we'll only do trivia on the Facebook Quest side. I don't really think YouTube really wants to see us doing that kind of stuff. So I'll just keep that between me and my members and my Facebook group, YouTube. If you didn't join Facebook and you want to participate in trivia, just join my Quest of Oak Island Facebook group, because I am not going to put it on YouTube as far as us having a a good time between me and my members in my group. YouTube will be strictly for anything going on Oak Island or anything that I have like guest appearances and such. Okay, guys? Hello, Beth. What's going on from South Carolina? D. Wilson and Sandollar Ray. You come back 3 or 4 times now. I'm glad to see you. Glad to see you. Glad to see you. And Diane. Hello, John from South North Carolina. Can hear you and you can see me, right? You guys can hear me and you can see me. So I guess we're good to go. Yep, tonight it's it. That's it. You got me for the summer. You'll have Judy for the summer. We'll have some fun. I'll take some Saturdays off. Might do some international shows in the middle of the week, like Wednesday, 3:00, because England and stuff like that's like 5 or 6 hours, even less. And that's my plan for the summer. Hello, Anthony. How are you? Thanks for coming in. Yep. Laird's birthday. That's the new news. And also tonight, Rick and Marty's top moments from the past season. So we're going to see a lot of things from the first coin they found in the swamp right up to season 8. So it's going to be a big repeat show, but I watch them all anyways. Thank you, D. Wilson. I appreciate it. Now, what do you guys want to talk about tonight? Let me hear you. We'll start it up about 7 o'clock. We'll wait for people to come in. This is like my pre-warm-up. I thank everybody. I thank my YouTube side. Don't forget, on my YouTube side, I have a paid site. Templar Soldier, or Quest of Oak Island Templar Soldier, is only 75 cents a week. If you just want to support me and my channel and upkeep, I thank you so much on that side. If you want to just support me, there's also levels. You can buy t-shirts if you wish. It's not for everybody. You just got to put that out there. And I thank you so much. Hello, Danny Booth. What's happening? Like I said, you guys, this is your group. So let's get on with it. D. Wilson, are they going back to the eye of the swamp to try to open that further? D. Wilson, I've been crying for them to go back to the eye of the swamp. They're always bouncing off it, and we're going more towards the road and towards the wood that they found 10 foot under. They're going to put a cofferdam on the lower southeast corner of the swamp, and maybe one over a ways. Hello, Judy. Yep, Marty's and Rick's top moments are tonight. Yep, Daniel, they're just going to go over past moments. From all the past seasons. So we're going to see a lot of repeats, Daniel. We're going to see a lot of repeats. I love your post today, Professor. That was fantastic. Even that picture of Laird you got up there posting is fantastic. And Josh, let's start a petition. Return to the eye. Yeah. I want to go there where all the blue clay is. Hello from Picton, Ontario. Unbelievable. Yeah, Daniel, I don't know why they seem to be skirting the eye for some reason. But how the heck we gonna know? You know? Hello, Jazz Dia. Thanks for coming in. The professor. Join my world, professor. Join my world. D. Wilson thinks the eye is the opening for the tunnels. Yeah, that blue clay is a plug. That blue clay is a waterproofer. Let's dig it up and let's take a look. You know what I mean? But the things I want and the things you guys want is maybe not show worthy right now. Or there's the concerns of, again, getting permits to do this and do that because it's a historical area. Anthony says, I still believe the eye of the swamp holds the key to what's buried on the island. Yeah, Anthony, as we've been doing this for 8 years and just got done with season 8, that eye's got something to do with it. And they're in the swamp. They got the digger. Dig it out. And then if you see something, then put a cofferdam around it. It was right there, that big swamp digger. Billy's right there with that big machine. You know what I mean, Anthony? Yeah, Cam, but I don't think they're doing the whole swamp. They're just doing sections. They can't do 5 acres, dam off the whole swamp. They're only going to be doing sections, as far as I know. The dam off the whole swamp, that's a 4 to 5 acre parcel. That'd just be too huge. And Daniel, John, do you have the favorite episode of the show? Daniel, I got C1 on the brain. When they showed the camera down there with C1, with those items below C1, I went nuts. But then when Mike Huntley went down there and found nothing, the roller coaster. Had the big roller coaster. Yep, Cam, the sections will be good. One section at a time. We already know Smith's Cove. They say it's done, but we already know it's in Smith's Cove. I wouldn't go back there. Smith's Cove's a done deal. My own personal opinion. Now it's a spoon or silver. We got to find the source of the silver. Jazz D, does anything besides plants live in the swamp? Fish, frogs? Just like a regular swamp, Jazz D. Lots of bugs, lots of reptiles, probably snakes and everything else in there. Regular swamp muck. And plus a lot of garbage people threw in there. On top of the roads, on top of the paved ways. We'd like to see what that big piece of wood was on the bottom. Yeah, Starly, maybe some minnows are in there. They'd be trapped in there, minnows. But I don't think there's any fish in there. But what do I know? I'm just a viewer. Just surrounded by everybody that's very intelligent more than me. And Tim, I believe there is a surface tunnel that leads down and has been covered up and yet to be found. Yeah, Tim. I'm with you. Let's go find it. And like I'm saying, on the island for these 8 years, let's go for the things that we can see. Nolan's Cross in the swamp. We got the foundations that Laird's doing, but there has to be a tie-in from Nolan's Cross. Who made it, how they made it, where did the boulders come from, and the swamp. It was man-made. So we know the swamp is man-made. Rip that all apart. We know Nolan's Cross was man-made. Those rocks were just put there by glaciers. Take it apart. Maybe, Anthony. I don't know how those magnets work. We saw chain parts and stuff like that, but who knows what they're doing. And Cindy, I wonder if the entrance starts from the side as opposed to digging down. We never know because we can't see. When they're digging down, they see no side entrances. It's all straight down, straight down, straight down. There can be side tunnels all over the place. We can't see it. And D. Wilson, they explained the cave-in pit. They already dug the cave-in pit out. D, where the oxen fell in. But there's something there. But I'm saying, let's go for the things that are there. We don't know where the vault is. We don't know where the money pit is. We don't know where anything is. We know where 10X is, where they dug it. Number one. We know there's a Nolan's Cross there. And we know there's a swamp was man-made. If a swamp was man-made, let's just dissect that whole thing. We know it's man-made. Why was it man-made? It was a wharf between two islands. Why was it closed off? That's a man-made question. You go to the money pit, we don't know what the heck we're doing over there. Just digging holes and drilling holes and digging holes and drilling holes. So I say, try to get more information from Tom Nolan. I don't know what his father found. I don't know where his father kept his stuff at his house on the mainland, in his garage, in his cottage. You know, I have no idea. You know what I mean, guys? Yup, Tim. They're being very careful. If there is a ship in the swamp, they don't want to slice it in half, putting down the cofferdam. All the steel that gets driven down 25 feet into the silt. They don't want to use it as a big guillotine if there's something there. You know what I mean, Tim? Hello, Mark from the UK. Keep up the great work. So, what's on tonight's discussion? We're open for discussion. I have my phone lines open. It's the last drilling down with Rick and Marty's top moments for the whole season tonight. It's the last part of season 8. We are done. So, it's just an open discussion. And then Saturday night at 7 o'clock, I go over my Facebook stats. Like I said, I give away a Quest of Oak Island membership mug to the most active member for the month. And that's about all I got. If you guys don't call in and participate, it'll be a very short podcast. And of course, when some guests come on, I'll let you guys know who's coming on, when they're coming on. But right now, say if they're starting up there, this is their busy time. So if you didn't see my guest appearances before this, go to my YouTube channel, QOOI. All my guest appearances are all in one spot. All the videos are in one spot for you to see. And Tim says, yes, around the whole ship shape. Well, who knows how they're going to do it, Tim? I have no idea. I have no idea. My number's up there. Let's look where we are. No more news sites. Well, you got the whole other side of the island to look. But who knows what they're finding. We thought last season would be short, and I thought it was a good season. You know, for everybody that was involved. They put a season 8 together. And yep, D, one step at a time. Hello, Amanda. Thanks for coming in. But for the people on the YouTube side, the professor had a great write-up. Professor is my main man, Daniel Spino. Yep, they work so hard. What do you think of that sword going through the headstone on Nolan's cross? Daniel, I was looking for a YouTube tidbit that somebody got down to who had that dagger. I couldn't find it. In my travels through seasons 1 through 8, I stumbled upon maybe Charles Barkhouse talking about somebody did have a knife or a dagger that fit in that indentation in the face stone. But you think I can find it? I couldn't find it, Daniel. I couldn't find it at all. I couldn't find it at all. Here's a little something from Daniel Spino, my professor, for you guys in the YouTube side who don't belong to my Facebook side, because on YouTube, I got 50% of my subscribers, and I got another 50 that are not subscribed, so I have no idea. Daniel Spino wrote, Marty Lagina mentioned on an episode of The Curse of Oak Island that he believed if anyone buried treasure on Oak Island, it would have been Peter Easton. Easton is not a very famous name as far as pirates go, but he's probably the most successful of all time. Peter Easton was born around 1570. Very little is known about his early life. He came from a family who had a history of supporting the English crown and being part of the Crusades and various battles, including the Spanish Armada. His family crest displayed the mythical sea creature known as Quintor. The Quintor in mythology was said to be half bull and half sea creature, and sired the Moravian kings in their belief of the bloodline of Jesus Christ. Easton's first record of activity on the sea comes from when he was commissioned by Queen Elizabeth in 1602 to take 3 British warships to Newfoundland to protect English fishing interests. During those years, he protected English shipping and harassed Spanish merchants and fishermen, who were also equipped for a naval combat. His first base of operations was located in Harbor Grace, Newfoundland, and his flagship flew the St. George Cross and was named Happy Adventure. After gaining the English throne, King James immediately negotiated peace between England and Spain. Easton continued attacking Spanish ships in the Atlantic when immediately turned him into a pirate. But he was not satisfied with the Atlantic coast near Newfoundland. When his fleet grew to 10 ships, he started actively attacking other targets, expanding his range, seeking more wealth, and coercing more and more fishermen to join his crew. One of the most successful tactics of a pirate captain was to play a pirate flag while their ship neared its prey, which was a warning of what was about to happen. Before Jolly Roger flags became popular, Easton used a very simple, pure black flag. Reportedly, the sight of Peter Easton's flag drove chills down the spines of any merchant or naval officer who saw it. Decades later, the tails of the flag served as a model for other famous Jolly Roger flags, such as those flown by Cockalow Jack Rackham, Sam Bellamy, and Blackbeard. Peter Easton was financed by the Killigrew family of Cornwall, England, who also took a share of his profits. Their family crest is a double-headed eagle. Sir Robert Killigrew was the leader of the family. He was also a member of the Virginia Company, along with Henry Worsley, William Herbert, and Francis Bacon. In fact, Killigrew was married to Francis Bacon's niece. Interestingly, Sir Francis Killigrew's cousin was Sir Henry Neville, whose mother was a Killigrew. The Killigrew family were known as ambassadors and members of Parliament and had the same time pirates and smugglers. This included Lady Mary Killigrew, who was known to be engaged to these activities herself. Her son John Killigrew married Dorothy Monach. She was the aunt of Christopher Mock, whose Knight of the Garter medallion was found at New Ross, Nova Scotia. The Killigrew circle of friends included the poet John Donne and Sir Francis Bacon. In 1614, Killigrew was selected to Parliament, which coincidentally was the same year that Easton left Newfoundland. Also, the same year that Captain Samuel Argall captured and destroyed Point Royal, Killigrew was appointed ambassador to the United Provinces and sat in Parliament until 1629, when King Charles decided to rule without Parliament for 11 years. Killigrew was appointed vice chamberlain to Queen Henrietta Maria in 1630. While in Newfoundland, Easton is estimated to have taken as many as 1,500 fishermen for his ships, mostly voluntary. Easton continued to protect John Guy's colony at Cooper's Cove, but did not allow him to establish another colony at Renews. Easton helped to protect the developed colonies of Cupid's and Fairyland. By 1610, the English referred to Easton as a notorious pirate. Easton proceeded to capture ships, cannons, and $100,000 worth of bounty. He even enlisted 500 more men for his crews, most whom joined voluntarily, but some were tortured to submission. During one campaign, he captured more than 30 ships. By that time, his pirate crew grew to an actual navy that counted more than 1,500 men. With his captured cannons, Easton fortified Harbor Grace Bay, and a little island off the harbor still bears his name. He built a fort just east of Camplin Cove. He made his headquarters across the bay from Harbor Grace on Kelly's Island. Easton then realized that Harbor Grace could be easily attacked by sea if a fleet was sent against him, so he moved his base to Fairline and fortified that harbor. It is now a armada of 40 ships and a fortress which was virtually impenetrable. From this fortress, he sent an ultimatum to England. If he were pardoned, he would go home and live quietly for the rest of his life. If not, he would continue to plunder the high seas according to his own wishes. The English agreed and sent the pardon, but Easton never received it. He lived for 2 years in Fairyland, and awaiting it to arrive, and built a mansion. He grew impatient at the delay and sailed for the Azores and planned to interpret the Spanish fleet. After victory against the Spanish, he sailed on, never to return to Newfoundland. In 1614, Easton was anchored at the port of Villefranche-Savoy on the French Riviera, which was known as the free port and a haven for pirates. Any movements of Easton seemed to stop in 1620, when the researchers believe he may have died. At this time, another pardon from England arrived. Captain John Smith of Virginia Colony published a report in 1629 that Easton became wealthy and had a title. Easton's fortune was described as 2 million pounds of gold. This sounds familiar to the translation made of the 90-foot stone that was purportedly found on Oak Island. It said 40 feet below are 2 million pounds. It is also interesting that Easton attacked the Spanish silver fleet off the Azores. No details of this battle are known, except that a few days later, Easton arrived in Tunis loaded with silver. Was this silver from the Spanish fleet, or perhaps another source? Oh my lordy, lordy, Dr. Spooner's silver. What do you guys think? Hello, Curtis Bennett. Michael, the skull and crossbones claim to be Templar origin. The skull and crossbones is either to represent the head of John the Baptist, Yakli Malay, the last Templar Grand Master. Yeah. I skipped over a few, Professor, because people on YouTube who don't join Facebook and don't know who you are yet, I thought it was fantastic. We're always talking about Spooner silver, and you're tying in maybe some of the silver. It was just very interesting to me, so I want the YouTube side to know that, and the only way for them to know that is for me to put it out there visually. Yep. But if you got a chance, it's all in print on my Facebook group, quest of Oak Island. Yeah. How can the most successful pirate in history be virtually unknown? Unbelievable. Well, that's what they did. That's what they did. So tonight, 8 o'clock Eastern time, is the Rick and Marty's top moments from the past seasons. A big repeat on what they did and what they found and what was their best moments. And that'll be it for the season, guys. That'll be it. Yep, Curtis, you read it earlier. Wasn't that so interesting? The professor comes up with a lot of stuff. I can't believe how he does this continuously. You know, guys? All right, let's bring up a couple of pictures of them in the. Here's Marty in the war room telling Maddie it's the first time they have significant data from Dr. Spooner that there's a truckload of silver source coming from somewhere, which they have to figure out what direction the water's coming from, that spiked his silver content in his testing in C1 and another 2 or 3 holes around C1. You're welcome, Professor. This will be on tonight. And there's my man, Craig Tester. Wish I can get him on. I wish I can get these guys on. That's my goal. Yep, Michael, the professor. And there they are, discussing with Maddie Blake. What the heck is going on? It'll be on tonight. And there's Jack. I don't know, Playground. I don't know why. Who knows if it's show worthy? It's not show worthy. I have no idea. Hello, Rochelle. I have seen most influence of Templars, the native people that are of that area are, Michael. Their tribal flag is the same as the Templar, except sun and moon. Yeah, the Micmac, yeah. And here they want to explore more, continue with the cobblestone road. There's my buddy Corrigan Mall. He does a lot for me. I appreciate him 100%, Corrigan. I thank you for what you do for me. Then we had Aaron, an official member of the Quest of Oak Island live T-shirt. She's the best. We got to get her in there to find this thing. They seem completely lost now into the money pit or the vault area. Let's get Aaron on there. She'll show him where to go. Hello, Scott. How are you? And Cindy, the highlight of the season should be reading all the comments in your group. Cindy, it'll take him a while. I appreciate and I thank you, Aaron, for putting this T-shirt on. They're always welcome here. Same as all of them. But then Rick was saying about this boring machine. I don't know how they're gonna do that as far as going through artifacts. I mean, that's like a big meat grinder. So I don't think this is gonna be happening. But yet the money pit area can be used in all types of area because it's been so demolished that Laird said they can do anything there. They need no permits. They need nothing because it's been so demolished on that side of the where the money pit supposedly is. You know what I mean? Yep, Curtis. Like Tom Nolan says, she makes me look good. It's fantastic. But after tonight's show, we're not going to find out nothing new tonight. Yeah, Mi'kmaq. What did I call him? The Mi'kmaq. They got to have a lot of answers. I wish they had a museum and anything related to Oak Island. But who knows? Who knows? But I don't think this is a good idea either. Too destructive. Just in case they do find something, I have no idea. They got to get to the target depth, like 80 feet, and then just slow it down to a crawl. You know what I mean? Take the top layer of junk off and then go easy does it. Armando, would be a recognition of all the work you've been doing if they showed up in here. Armando, I have no idea. They know who I am. Everybody's got an open invitation, but there's a lot of groups out there. I'm just a normal guy that watches the show and try to entertain you guys and give you updates. Yup, Josh, it was. And Scott, I think driving pilings down and dig out the area to bedrock would work better. I don't think they can drive pilings down that low. You can't drive a pylon down 180 feet. That's the problem. You know, 25 feet, 30 feet, 50 feet. I don't know about going down that far. I'm not sure. Yup, Daniel. Oh, we ground this up. Nope, too late. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Like I said, we'll see you Saturday night at 7 o'clock. Then I might take a break. I might take the next Saturday off. And we'll go from there. Just watch my chat, watch my group when I'll be on. If somebody wants to come in as a guest appearance, that can happen. So as far as the summer goes, that's the plan. And we'll try to keep you entertained. Yeah, Raquel, I don't know. Everything happened towards the end of the season. So we won't know until season 9 or not unless they put a special in there. Who knows? But we got a lot of dates this year. Let's put the puzzle together. Like I said, let's look at Nolan's Cross that we know is there. It's man-made. Let's look at the swamp. We know it's man-made. Let's rip them two apart and then go slow down to the level. The rest of the island, except for Smith's Cove, we have no idea. Yup, D, find the entrance, get a bunch of professional miners to follow and rebuild the tunnels. Absolutely. Absolutely, D. You know what I mean? Get the professionals in there once you find your source and then go from there. I agree with you 100%. But for Saturday night, After we do our statistics of Facebook and Judy will do a little synopsis of, or last synopsis of tonight, if it's viable. I have no idea what they're going to show tonight. If you guys don't call in, and if you guys don't participate, the show will be short. But we always have something to say. You guys always got something to say. But the call-ins, I just love the call-ins because I love it. Alrighty. Let me take this picture off. Let me take the phone number off. Alrighty, guys. This was a quick Quest 30. You up, Cindy? Billy was digging his film. Yeah, in the uplands. That was a good deal. That was a very good deal. But, D, you're going to call on Saturday, right? Hold on. There you go. We'll make it short. The show will be on in 28 minutes. D. I thought you were going to call right now. Plus, Saturday will be on at 7 p.m. Eastern time and probably take calls within 30 minutes. When you see the scrolling, that's when you call. No call. I don't accept any calls until you see the scrolling number on the bottom. Then that's the okay to turn all your volume down and call. Hello, D. What's going on?
Hey, John. Hello.
Yes, turn your volume, turn your audio down. I'm getting an echo.
No call. I don't accept any call.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you, but I can hear. Okay, good. Yeah, I can hear you fine. D, go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, this is all very interesting, and I just love it. I love history.
Yep, a lot of
But
history.
I think you're doing a wonderful job, and we follow the show every week.
You're gonna start having withdrawals very shortly after tonight's little moments of history with Rick and Marty, or no?
Right. We can't wait for the next season to open, and that is a lifelong dream. It's on my bucket list to go to Oak Island.
Yep. You're gonna try to get some tickets once it opens up, or just try to go there and take Tony's boat tour, or what's your future plans?
Well, first of all, you have to get a passport.
Yeah. Okay.
First of all, you got to get a passport and then save the money to get up there. So,
Yep. Oak
but,
Island.
yeah.
As long as Oak Island doesn't sink with all the holes they drilled, it should be there for a couple of 100 years more. You know what I mean, D?
Yeah, that's funny. But yeah, there's a lot of interesting aspects to that island that I find like overwhelming, and like they go to one area and then they quit at that area and then they go to the next one. It's like, what happened? But I would love to learn more.
Well, they gave me a history lesson that I never learned in school. You know what I mean?
Exactly. I mean, Columbus did not discover America. I am sorry. We were told so many lies in school
Yep, and it's
that, really the history teachers did not do their homework.
yeah, but they were only going by the text they were researching. You know what I mean? And if you only have the text of research which you're given, like I didn't know all the stuff about Francis Bacon and the early years and the Templars. I had no idea of any of this until I started this group, and especially with the professor Daniel Spino telling us the whole history from way back when, right up to the Laginas. It's unbelievable, D. It's just unbelievable.
Yeah, it exactly. It blows my mind. Like, how could they not know any of this? I mean, the Masons are so hush hush about things. I had a great uncle that was a 33 and a third degree Mason Poobah. Of course, he's been gone a long time, but I was just a little kid. I wish I was old enough to know him now.
I know.
I wish he was still here. Let's put it that way.
Yep.
I wish he was still here.
Yep. And it's like, why can't we find things on Oak Island? Why can't we do this? Why can't we do that? Because it was a secret place. That's why they didn't leave any leftovers. They didn't leave any maps. They did all cryptic writing. You know what I mean? They left us all in awe because it was a secret thing, whatever they did there. And it was just handed down secretly through the Freemasons to the Masons, the Templars. So that's not out for the public to know. That's for their secret society to know. You know what I mean, D?
Right. And something else I've always thought of, too. Where did they get the money to do the American Revolution? Hello? Oak Island?
Yep. Ben Franklin went over to France. He was connected with the Templars. Mm-hmm. And there you go, D. And that's another story that, that's how they financed the Revolutionary War.
I've traced back my family lineage and found out my 8th great-grandfather was John Wilson. He signed the Declaration of Independence, the Constitution. He was in the House of Burgess, and it's like, really? I mean, it's like, I haven't found his grave or his son's grave, or not his son, but his brother, which was James. And, the grandfathers that were traced below him, every other generation was a John or a James.
Yep.
And named their opposite sons, John and James. And it's like, dang, there's too many of them in here. But that's the way it was back then.
Yep.
They came over from St. Augusta, Scotland.
Oh, my lordy.
So wouldn't you just love to go there and find out what parish they were at?
Yep.
I mean, I would.
Yep.
But, yeah, it's awesome.
But Daniel Spino says, you guys are going to love what's coming up in my post. Now, have you been reading Daniel Spino's? Are you on my Quest of Oak Island Facebook group, D?
Pardon me?
Do you belong to the Quest group on Facebook?
Oh, yes. Yes, I do. I'm a member.
Okay. The Professor Daniel Spino, you have to read his post. I mean, you got to read his post. It's just unbelievable.
Okay.
So,
all right, sounds good.
Yeah, put a notation on there. He's my moderator. I call him the professor because he's the master historian. And you just got to go by and read his things, and you get an education tenfold. And also, when I guess Laird said they think Sam Ball is buried on Oak Island. Now, my ears perked up How do they come up with that? I mean, would they find that out? Because, well, okay, we're Sam Ball Berry. Go to a cemetery. Is he in a regular cemetery on the mainland? Where is he? You know what I'm saying? So when they said Sam Ball might be buried on Oak Island, that would be a whole nother project that would set us off. What do you think of that, D?
Oh, excuse me. Well, I often wondered if he wasn't buried there either. And, why isn't there a cemetery on Oak Island? And, I often wondered, where is Samuel Ball buried at? He has to be on the island. He owned it. He wanted to be there. That's his place.
Yeah, either he's on Ball Island or on Oak Island. But then if there were sort of privateers there, privateers like to get buried by sea, so maybe they went out to sea and dumped them off the side of a ship or something, the privateer guys. But with Ball,
I don't think he would have wanted that.
No, but I'm saying Ball had too much property there. He wasn't part of the privateers. So he could have been. I mean, we don't know, D. I have no idea, but I'm just saying, why isn't there a family plot? Why is nobody buried on Oak Island for the people that live there? It just seems very strange, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it does. Was that not allowed? Whoever all owned that may not allow the cemetery to be there.
Yeah, maybe.
Or the Masons may not have wanted that.
Yeah, but
who knows?
But if I was Sam Ball owning all that property plus the island, I'll tell you in my will where I want to be buried because I own most of the island. How are you going to tell me not to bury there? But I don't think they had codes at the time. Like now, you just can't bury somebody around your house. Or if you own a big farm, it has to be zoned, to be a cemetery. But I don't know way back when if they had just certain spots you can be buried, or you can have. You ever see these old pictures, D? They got like a little fence, an old iron rusted fence, and there's like 15 old stones that they buried them near their home. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah. Well, back then, people were buried wherever they died.
Yeah, they put a pile of rocks on you, and that was it.
Yep. And then again, too, he may be buried close to where his cabin was.
Yep, and Michael says
he could be there.
Yeah, and Michael says they need to ask the descendants of Samuel Ball. He's got descendants. There was a YouTube, but maybe they don't know. Who the heck knows? These little things we don't hear about, so we don't have the correct answers because we don't hear anything about it. You know what I mean?
Well, they should know where he is, but like you said, there may not be enough family left to even know anything about it.
Yep.
I mean, I was the one in my family that found out all this stuff about my family, and nobody else cares.
Yeah, they don't care. It's nice.
They could care less.
Yeah, it's like us guys, we want to know the history. The younger generation, that's all they want to do is look into their telephone. They could care less.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, the whole thing just blows my mind, but I'm into that kind of stuff.
Yep. Well, I thank you so much for calling. We got the show coming up in about 15 minutes. We'll be on Saturday night, D, if you want to stop by Saturday night at 7 o'clock Eastern time. And, give us a call back. Judy will be with me, and we'll do a little show. And if it keeps on going, we keep on going. If it's a short show, well, it's a short show. I thank you so much for calling in, D, and thank you for being a member of the Quest of Oak Island. Thank you so much.
Thank you, John. It's been great.
Okay, thank you.
Later. Bye.
Bye-bye. All right, guys, we'll see you Saturday night, 7 p.m. Eastern time. I thank Dee for the call. Hello, Becky Gilmore. Yeah, they do all that, Tim. They ground penetrated that island to death. He probably moved off the island, Starlene, and got buried somewhere else, yeah. All right, guys, the show's in about 15 minutes. Enjoy the show. You know what I mean? But you guys remember, what am I going to say here? Always go forward. You may get a setback, but always go forward. Always. Believe in your dreams. No matter how old you are, guys, believe in your dreams. Just go for it. You stay positive. That's my big thing in my group. I love positivity, no negativity. And be mentally strong if you can in these nutty times. If you can't, there's a lot of professional help out there to get help. Be safe, be positive, and good night. Enjoy the show tonight. We'll see you Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. I thank you all for joining me tonight. You guys are the best. We'll talk more on Saturday. This was a quick Quest 30 pre-show of the last Drilling Down episode on the History Channel. Hello there, Tony Sampson. We're buttoning it up. And don't forget, if you go to Oak Island after this COVID or during whatever it breaks, please take Tony's boat tour to see the island in a different perspective. I thank you so much for coming. Bye-bye.